Welcome back, everybody, to The Deep Dive. This time, we're taking a deep dive into the world of media tech private equity.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a fascinating report from nGülam to guide us.
I'm excited about this one. They're a consulting firm with a stellar reputation in the TMT sector.
Exactly. And for anyone looking to, well, ride the wave of innovation, their insights are spot on.
Absolutely. This deep dive couldn't be more timely,
Yeah.
We're talking about an industry which, of course, translates to some pretty juicy returns.
Makes sense. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows out there, though, is it?
Oh, absolutely not.
There are some, let's say, headwinds.
Definitely. The current economic climate is a big one. We're talking rising interest rates,
Oh, yeah.
inflation worries, even geopolitical instability. All of that's making investors a bit more cautious these days.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's not even factoring in the, well, increasingly complex regulatory landscape,
Yeah.
especially in Europe.
Yeah.
Plus, the competition for top talent is fierce.
Oh, tell me about it. I mean, who wouldn't want to be at the forefront of the digital revolution, right?
Yeah.
But here's where things get interesting. nGülam doesn't frame these as, like, impossible roadblocks.
Okay.
They see them as opportunities in disguise.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How so?
Well, think about it. When everyone else is, hitting the brakes, those who really understand the nuances and find those creative solutions
Yeah.
and even leverage those challenges to their advantage, they're the ones who come out on top.
Right. It's like finding those hidden gems everyone else is overlooking.
Exactly.
So amidst all this talk about challenges, are there still some shining beacons of opportunity in the TMT sector?
Absolutely. One word. Digital transformation.
Oh, okay.
And it's not just a buzzword.
Right.
It's a fundamental shift
Yeah.
that's impacting every single industry.
Yeah.
And for TMT companies, it's a gold mine.
Okay, because businesses are scrambling to adapt, right?
Yeah.
They need the tech, the infrastructure, the expertise to make that leap.
Exactly. And then you've got the AI revolution, which is, rapidly moving beyond the hype and into those practical applications.
Yeah.
We're talking AI-powered marketing, content creation, even customer service.
Yeah, and let's not forget the rise of the retail investor. More and more people are looking to get in on that private equity action, which creates a whole new pool of funding for TMT companies.
Absolutely. They even highlighted emerging markets like Cyprus as potential hotbeds for TMT growth.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually really curious to hear more about that later on.
Yeah, me too.
But first, I think we need to unpack one of the most crucial takeaways from this report: the need for a growth-oriented mindset.
Okay, now we're getting to the heart of it.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like that old private equity playbook
Yeah.
of cost-cutting and what do they call it?
Financial engineering.
Yeah.
Basically restructuring a company's finances to boost its valuation.
Right.
It might work in other sectors,
Mm-hmm.
but in TMT, it's all about rapid scaling and adaptability and constant innovation. Those are the real drivers of value.
So what does this growth-oriented mindset actually look like in practice? Does nGülam offer any, specific strategies?
They do, and they're brilliant.
Okay.
The first one is all about investing in innovation,
Okay.
but not just dipping your toes in the water. We're talking diving headfirst into those cutting-edge technologies and solutions.
Give me an example. What kind of cutting edge are we talking about?
Think AI-driven customer segmentation or using machine learning to personalize content recommendations.
Wow.
It's about finding those companies that are pushing the boundaries, developing those truly disruptive products,
Yeah.
and even creating entirely new markets.
Oh, that's exciting. And it ties in perfectly with their second recommendation.
Yeah.
Expanding into new markets.
Right. Whether it's through acquisitions or strategic partnerships or going global, it's about thinking big, being willing to take those calculated risks, of course,
Yeah.
and constantly looking for ways to reach new customers.
So it's not just about having a great product. It's about knowing how to scale it and getting it in front of the right people. What else?
Well, nGülam really emphasizes building a killer sales engine.
Okay.
And for good reason. In the TMT world, revenue growth is king. You need a team that can close deals, build those lasting relationships, and just adapt to the constantly changing demands of the market.
They can't do that without the right environment.
No.
Which leads us to nGülam's final point. Creating a company culture that breathes and bleeds growth.
That's where it all comes together.
Yeah.
It's about fostering an environment where people are encouraged to experiment and take ownership, be passionate about what they're building. It's about attracting and retaining top talent, but also empowering them to do their best work.
So it sounds like this shift in mindset is absolutely essential for any private equity firm hoping to, well, make a real dent in the TMT universe.
Absolutely. But even with the right mindset, navigating this complex world can be overwhelming. That's where strategic partnerships come in,
Ooh.
which is exactly what we'll explore next.
All right. I'm all ears. I'm
Uh,
ready to hear how these partnerships are changing the game. So we've established that the TMT sector is this whirlwind of change.
Mm-hmm.
It demands a growth-oriented approach from, well, anyone brave enough to dive in. But nGülam is suggesting that even the most, I don't know, seasoned
Yeah.
private equity firms need a little help sometimes.
Right.
They're advocating for strategic partnerships. That's kind of intriguing.
It's not even needing help. It's about reaching that peak potential.
Yeah.
You know, think of it like a pro athlete at the top of their game. They still need a coach
Right.
to, fine-tune those skills,
Yeah.
push them harder, and help them see those blind spots.
Yes
You
and
know what I
no.
mean? The things that they might miss on their own.
So in the TMT world, these coaches are specialized consulting firms.
Exactly.
Right. They're the folks who really eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff.
nGülam dives deep into the advantages these partnerships bring to the table. First off, that wealth of insider knowledge. I mean, we're talking deep understanding of the market, a pulse on the latest trends, a clear vision of what works
Yeah.
and what's, about to be disrupted.
It's like having a secret weapon,
Yeah.
giving you an edge in an already hyper-competitive landscape,
Right.
especially for PE firms that might not have that TMT expertise,
Yeah.
in-house. This is a game changer.
It is. And remember how we talked about the importance of a rock-solid sales engine?
Yes.
Well, these consulting firms often have dedicated go-to-market
Okay.
and sales experts on their teams.
Mhm.
They can really streamline those processes,
Yeah.
develop winning strategies, and even, help build a high-performing sales force
Yeah.
just from the ground up.
Wow. So it's not just about understanding the game.
Right.
It's about having the playbook to actually win it.
Exactly.
And nGülam doesn't stop there, right? They highlight another crucial benefit, an objective viewpoint.
Sometimes you're just too close to the situation to really see the whole picture,
I get it.
Consultants come in with those fresh eyes,
Yeah.
able to identify those blind spots and challenge, those assumptions that might be holding a company back.
Okay.
They can really help PE firms make smarter decisions, more informed decisions.
And let's not forget about those networks. These consulting firms, they're like plugged into the TMT ecosystem.
Oh, yeah.
Right. They've got connections,
Whenever you bet.
industry leaders,
Mhm.
potential partners,
Yeah,
even acquisition targets.
exactly.
That kind of access
Yeah.
is invaluable.
Oh, absolutely. It's like opening a door to a whole new world of possibilities.
Wow.
But to really understand how this plays out in real life, nGülam provides this case study
Yes.
that brings all these ideas together.
The story of the media company grappling with digital transformation,
Yeah.
that one really stuck with me. Tell me more.
Imagine this. You've got a company with a really solid foundation,
Okay.
but their traditional business model, it's just crumbling under the weight of that digital shift.
Yeah.
They know they need to adapt,
Mm-hmm.
but they're stuck kind of in that deer in the headlights phase,
Right.
not sure where to even start.
It's a classic tale in today's world.
Isn't it? I mean, saying go digital is easy.
Mm-hmm.
Actually doing it,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a whole different ballgame.
It is.
So that's where nGülam comes in. They worked with this company to develop this comprehensive digital strategy,
It's okay.
one that leverages advanced analytics.
Oh.
And get this, AI-driven insights.
Okay, now we're talking. AI and analytics can be game changers.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to understanding customer behavior, optimizing content, really laser focusing your targeting efforts.
Exactly. I mean, we're talking about using AI to create personalized content recommendations
Wow.
for each user, automating those content creation workflows, and even predicting those future trends in media consumption.
Sounds like this company went from playing catch up to like leading the pack.
They did.
Wow.
And the numbers prove it. In just 1 year, this media company saw a 30% increase
Wow.
in digital revenue.
That's phenomenal.
It is.
It really showcases how a strategic partnership with the right experts can yield, tangible results.
Real results.
Bottom line results.
Yeah, it's not just theory.
Yeah.
It's a real-world example of these strategies in action, and it really reinforces nGülam's key recommendations for PE firms
Mm-hmm.
looking to, really thrive
Okay.
in this TMT space.
So to recap, we're talking about embracing that growth-oriented mindset
Yeah.
through, what, 3 key pillars? Yeah. Investing in cutting-edge technologies like AI and automation.
Mm-hmm.
Fostering that culture of continuous improvement.
Yes.
And, of course, forging those strategic partnerships.
Exactly. And when you tie all those strategies back to the challenges and opportunities we discussed earlier,
Right.
it really paints a pretty clear picture, doesn't it?
It does.
Embracing those new technologies, nurturing that growth-oriented culture,
Yeah.
and bringing in that outside expertise, that's the recipe for overcoming obstacles and capitalizing on the immense potential within the TMT sector.
And we can't forget about the emergence of, exciting new trends like 5G and the Internet of Things.
Right.
Which are like opening up whole new frontiers for growth and innovation.
Absolutely. But I think it's time we shift gears and leave our listener with a thought-provoking question to ponder as we head into the final stretch of this deep dive.
I love a good brain teaser. Lead the way. We've explored a lot of ground today.
Yeah.
From those like make or break challenges in the TMT landscape to the power of that like growth-oriented mindset.
Yeah.
And those, what were they called?
Strategic partnerships.
Yes.
It's definitely not your grandpa's private equity playbook anymore.
Not at all.
It's dynamic, exhilarating even.
Yeah.
TMT is all about, embracing change, adapting quickly, thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
And for those who can keep up, the rewards can be massive.
So let's distill all this down to the most like essential takeaways.
Okay.
If our listener remembers just a few things from this whole deep dive, what should they be?
First and foremost, TMT is not for the faint of heart. It just demands a different approach. Yeah.
Than those traditional private equity strategies.
Okay.
Forget slow and steady, you know?
Yeah.
This is about navigating a fast-paced environment.
Right.
Where the only constant is change.
Right. Ditch the old playbook, right?
Toss it out.
It's all about growth, innovation, and finding those, like, perfect strategic partners. But what does that actually look like for someone, wanting to make moves in this space?
Well, it means being willing to, bet on that cutting-edge tech.
Yeah.
Building that company culture that thrives on constant evolution. And, seeking out those experts who bring that specialized knowledge, that fresh perspective.
So it sounds like success in TMT private equity really boils down to, like, being bold, adaptable, and always, like, having your eyes on the horizon.
Always looking ahead. Exactly.
Yeah.
So as you think about your own ventures or investments, I'll leave you with this. Ask yourself, are you truly embracing that growth mindset?
Are you leveraging the power of these partnerships? And are you ready to adapt?
Yeah.
As that TMT landscape continues to shift?
Those are some excellent questions to ponder.
I hope so.
I think they perfectly capture the essence of what we talked about today.
Yeah, me too.
Our exploration.
It's been a pleasure unpacking all of this with you.
Book-wise.
Hopefully our listener is walking away with, a deeper understanding of the intricacies, the opportunities, the winning strategies, that are shaping the world of media tech private equity.
Absolutely. And if this deep dive, has piqued your interest, we encourage you to check out the full report from nGülam.
Absolutely.
We'll include a link in the show notes.
Keep learning, keep exploring, and never stop pushing those boundaries.
Love it.
The future of TMT belongs to those who are, bold enough to seize it.
That's a great way to end this deep dive.
It was fun.
It was. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. We'll catch you next time for another fascinating exploration into a world that's, well, waiting to be discovered.